Anyone's, is this somebody's baby? We got a baby in a bush.
Last call, baby in a bush. I go quick. Seemed fine after a couple hams. But.
I like that there's a beer just called a ham.
Yes.
Ham's been coming up a lot in this podcast because that's just a name in there. There's a lot of dudes named Ham in the Bible, and ham is a funny word.
Is it like Abraham?
So
abbreviation?
no, pre-Abraham. There's one of Noah's sons. It's Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Ham is just in the mix.
I love Japheth.
See, Japheth doesn't get enough love. We've been all over Ham, but you're the first person to be like, what about Japheth, though?
What about? It's very, like, legal. Like, it's very, like, Japheth, Ham, and, you know, Safar Shah.
Have you been injured by a falling stone? I'm going to do a little sound check for you. Tell me about, did you have breakfast today?
Test. Yes, I did. I made my own granola. I follow an e-newsletter of an author, and she made one that was like, this granola is amazing, and it's just a dry slurry and a wet slurry. I mixed a bunch of old pistachios, some chia seeds, and some oats, because a bag of granola is $18.
I think you lost me at, it's a dry slurry, it's a wet slurry? What does that mean?
Wet, like slurry, meaning like, so you mix like maple syrup and oil, you know, a squeeze of honey.
Okay.
And that like is like, slurry would be sort of like mixing like things of different consistencies to make like a wet mix.
Gotcha. So it starts dry slurry, becomes wet slurry?
Dry slurry is like oats, nuts,
okay.
And then I think slurry's maybe a little generous with like talking about like oats or any dry goods. But yeah, and then you mix it together and you bake it.
That's nice.
Sounds
I've been
good.
on the oatmeal wave for sure. I used to like not understand it when my dad would always eat oatmeal. I'd be like, that seems like the worst option. Why don't you eat like a bagel every day? And then at some point your body's like, stop eating a bagel every day.
Yeah.
Your stomach's just like a stone and you're just like, what's the problem? I'm eating the like chewiest bread.
Yes, I burned off all the energy from this in the time I was on the school bus.
Tell me about your school growing up. Did you go to Catholic school?
Yeah, I did. So, grew up Catholic. My parents are both from Bismarck, so definitely Catholicism is culture there.
Okay.
And
that's a Minneapolis suburb? Or?
That is in North Dakota, so Bismarck. Yeah.
I'm totally in the wrong state.
No, totally. And so just was raised Catholic sort of by default. I think like a good sort of like encompassing thing about like me and religion would be like the person who baptized me, the priest who baptized me was drunk. So I wish I had more details on it, but I can't because I was baby. But
right.
I didn't like slip in or anything. Obviously, I was safe besides the drunkie. But he was stumbling around, stumbling over words.
Whoa.
Yeah. But yeah, went to public school and then went to Catholic school for just 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Okay. But it was a K through 8 school, so everyone had already been together for 5 years.
Tough.
It was like new kid, but I had my best friend since childhood there with me as well.
That's good.
Are like my best friend's parents and my parents met through church and are still good friends as well.
See, that's the thing is like I feel like the Catholics do the community part really well. Of like it's your whole social thing. You can have a whole entire social network, but it's all Catholic.
Definitely. I had a number of good family friends like that from there. But yeah, so just that age, just 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So it was a little bit less like rigorous Bible study and more like, children, kind of like not dumbed down, but abridged for children.
Some basic stuff.
Bible.
Some Noah.
Mm-hmm. Like word
Jesus.
searches where it's like Esther, or activities where we had or even to anything. Yeah, right. Yes, stoned, slaughtering a firstborn son. But yeah, we would have to like read. We would read aloud, so there was a performance element to it. I did sort of
that's fun.
A silly voice as Jesus once, and afterwards my teacher was sort of, and maybe we just sort of read it straight next time. Maybe we sort of, which was a good note. I should have been playing closer to self, I think.
We're made in his image after all. Do you remember what kind of voice? Do you do like a high voice?
Yeah, high and squeaky. Yeah. Jesus. This day you shall be with me in paradise. Classic. Did I blow out the microphone? Or are we still good?
No, that's great. You're actually, you don't need to be like too like on top of it as long as you're just generally in front of it. It's great. Because then at some point, if you want to refer to the Bible, you can be a little,
I did. Ooh, I see women's on there. I had a women's Bible that had like a magnet, like a thing that came over the front, and then it would like pop in like a magnet. So it was sort of like my diary snap.
But then inside it's like adulterous.
Yes.
The stoning of the oxen. Why'd they kill the oxen with rocks?
I don't know. It seems counterintuitive to where you want to go. And also, like, because they have hooves, there's rocks getting in there. It's like, you're going to have to do a lot more than that to deter the oxen.
The ox is just mad. He's not dying. He's like, ah. I feel like we have several good fodder for scenes. Stoning an ox, drunk during a baptism. Crafts that are for kids but are just like
so serious.
The biblical like Old Testament hardcore shit is really crazy. Any of those strike your fancy?
Yeah, kids crafts that are too intense.
Okay, cool. Okay, can you help me pass these out?
Sure, thanks. You know, this is the first lesson I'm going to be teaching by myself, so.
Oh, you got this. I remember I was nervous my first time, but I kept reminding myself, they're not going to remember any of this.
Totally.
3 and 4. They're 3 and 4.
You're right. We're
just trying to keep them occupied.
At my other school, they had really, really sharp memories.
Oh, really?
Better than me. Yeah. Like, I would be like, I think it's time we break. And they're like, but we broke 25 minutes ago. I'd be like, I'd be like, good point, Isaiah. That is an excellent point.
I remember you were telling me about that. There was that one kid that had like a internal clock to when his bedtime was, and he would just randomly announce like 5 hours, 45 minutes, 38 seconds till my bedtime.
God. That's like a TV countdown, like the finale of Lost, 2:45. Anyway, so I think the fake blood has been chilling for...
Yeah, it's all nice.
Okay, great. And I think I'm going to do the full gallon because at my last school I only had a half and it wasn't enough.
Oh, you won't have that problem. Here at Spring Hill, we have... The budget is really nice for the children's program. The children are our future. We always say that. So here's the hatchet.
Thank you.
I use it for my first lesson, so it's kind of a special thing.
Ow, it's sharp. Okay.
Yep.
Well, you always got to try it yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. Okay, great. Oh, awesome. Cool. And
I just assumed when I saw the script that I'd be maidservant number 1.
Yes.
Cool.
And you turned in a really amazing audition tape.
Thank you.
But I don't quite see discipleship in you yet, and I hope you don't take that the wrong way.
Well, I mean, it does sting a little given that, like, I'm kind of your mentor, and you could at least throw me a bone. What part did I get before I complain?
Servant number 1.
Oh.
Wait.
I wanted maid servant number 1. Is that the same thing?
Maid or main?
Folks, it's Holy Smokes, where we smoke weed and tell Bible stories. I'm Scoochie Boochie. Carly Schirber is here. Thanks for doing the show.
Hello, my pleasure.
What a treat. Let's tell some Bible stories.
All right.
I got a 3. We're casting lots to see who's going to go first. Go ahead and roll your day. A 1. Okay. Would you like the Women's Bible 2 or the Precious Moments Bible?
I'm about to take the sequel. We're going to see if it holds up.
We're going back because I love the original.
Yes.
All right. So I've been working through Genesis just chronologically. We just got done with Sodom and Gomorrah. It's a pretty wild shit.
Anytime there's a pair, they're enabling each other in good and bad ways. And that's all I'll say about that. Samson, Delilah.
Oh, yeah. Sam. See, this is... So you'd say you have a pretty good Bible knowledge?
I wouldn't say it's robust, but I know the main players. Like, when I'm watching Jeopardy and it's a biblical category, I'm like, who? But I can get a few,
okay,
you know.
Good. Awesome. Yeah, it's fun. We've had a nice wide range of, like, brand new to this versus, like, steeped in it. And both are very fun for different reasons. So I'm in Genesis 20. So we just did Sodom and Gomorrah, and that was Lot's thing. That was Abraham's nephew, Lot. He was just happened to be there and, like, escaped. There's a whole drama with them. Now we go back to Abraham, who we were talking about earlier. Now we're going back to him.
Pre or post salt? Sorry to interrupt you.
Just salt.
Oh.
Right post salt. Post salt, and then a little bit of incest with Lot's daughters, because it's the Old Testament.
For sure.
And then...
Family can look like anything.
And then they're like, meanwhile. And so Abraham and his wife Sarah, Abraham, repeatedly, God's been like, this land's going to be yours. You're going to have 1,000 kids forever. It's going to be sick. And he's like, I'm old. My wife's old. My wife has not been able to have kids. What the fuck?
Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham. All right, okay.
I am one of them.
And so are you. Let's all skirt the Lord. Cut that out.
Okay. So they're just hanging out in this land, Gerar, and the king there, Abimelech, is like, yep, my wife, because that's happened. I didn't do the voice.
Because that's happened.
My wife. So earlier, when they were in Egypt, like a few chapters ago, Abraham and Sarah, when they were both younger, walking Egypt, and Abraham makes a plan where he's like, hey, you're really hot. The Pharaoh's going to definitely just take you to be his wife. But if he thinks that you're my wife, he's just going to kill me. And it's all very, like, matter of fact of, like, that's how it works these days. It's like king gets whoever his wife. And so Abraham's like, instead, tell him you're my sister so that when he takes you, it'll be fine because I'll get a bunch of good shit. And it worked. That's how he got rich. That's his come up. He, like, pimped his wife. And God cursed the guy, the Pharaoh, for taking a married woman. And Pharaoh's like, I didn't fucking know.
Wait a minute.
Gives Abraham a bunch of shit, kicks Abraham and Sarah out. So that's how they got rich, and now they're in this other land. And they run the same gambit. They're right back, but now Abraham's 90 and she's 80. But nevertheless, Abimelech's like, yep, new wife, boat, mine. And then God comes to the king in a dream and it's like, you've taken a married woman and for this you will die. And he's like, what the I didn't fucking know. So it's this weird thing where, like, Abraham's doing this plan that seems like the Lord condones, but then God still gets mad at the person who falls for the trick. Like, the king's like, all right, just doing normal king shit. Take the person, that's the wife. And then God's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, dude. He's like, what? Dude. He says, don't kill me. I haven't slept with Sarah. Didn't they say they were brother and sister? I'm completely innocent. And then God speaks to him in another dream. He goes, I know you're innocent. That's why I kept you from sleeping with Sarah. Just like a little bit feels the energy of like, no, I know. No, like
he's playing games.
He's scrambling, dude.
He didn't do his research, and I was trying to come correct in the moment.
It's like, fuck, this worked way better in Egypt.
Yeah.
And the next morning, Abimelech tells his boys, his officials, and when he told them what had happened, they were frightened. Which is just a funny, like, 9 a.m. stand-up. Like, okay, guys, so let me make this quick. I had a dream. God said we're all going to die unless I give this 80-year-old lady back.
And I was sore afraid.
The Australian?
No, that's in the Peanuts Christmas special when Linus reads. He goes, they're doing a play, but nobody's following Charlie. And then Charlie goes, isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? And then Linus tells the story of Christ's birth.
Oh, yeah, I remember that scene.
He goes,
that's the best part.
He goes, and they were sore afraid. And that's canon in the household. It's Canaan in the household.
Nice.
Let's
that's
go.
The land he's supposed to get. We're saved.
Let's go.
A lot of people on this podcast have no fucking shot, but yeah, we'll see.
And it's clear early on.
We're out to an early lead, shall we say. And they're all like, well, that's scary. God told you we're all going to die twice. Let's do something about it. Abimelech calls on Abraham. He goes, what the fuck? Hey, what did I do? He literally says, what have I ever done to you? He hit him with the, what did I do?
Did I?
I'm just the king of Gerar.
Come on, what do you want from me? I'm just a little guy.
I picture a short king, literal.
Yes.
Why'd you make me and my nation guilty? What were you thinking when you did this? What were you thinking?
What was your reason for doing this?
Yeah. Well, hey,
That's
man.
how it's in my Bible.
What the fuck? Yeah, the Women's Bible's a little more direct. It's like, let's be clear with our feelings.
Yes.
What did you intend with
Using
that?
I statements.
Abraham's like, I did it because I didn't think you respected God. I thought you were godless a-holes, and I was sure you guys would kill me to get my wife. And then, this is crazy, because this has not been mentioned. We've been with Abraham for like several chapters now. He goes, besides, she is my half-sister. Which is just new information here. It's like, we have the same father, but different mothers. Which is just like, incest is just left and right at this point in the Old Testament, because there's like 40 people. So it's just wild that, like, after we've been doing many chapters of Abraham, he's like, oh, by the way, this is my half-sister.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like, oh.
I feel like that happens now with, like, cousins. Like, oh, that's my cousin. Or, like, oh, like, they're my second cousin. Or, like, trying to figure out what the relationship is, like, how far out the cousins go. I come from a big family, Catholic. And, but, yeah, then it was siblings. It was like, and by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you didn't know that? We're fucking half related. This is the oh my god step bro chapter of the Bible. This is the origin and all that. Oh my god, step Abraham, father of nations. When God made us leave my father's home and start wandering, I told her, if you really love me, you'll tell everyone that I'm your brother. So Abimelech gives him a bunch more shit. Sheep, cattle, and slaves. The big three. And sent Sarah back and told Abraham, you can stay anywhere. And he said to Sarah, I've given your brother 1,000... He calls him your brother, too, and I feel it's very pointed. He's like, I've given your fucking brother, first of all. You guys are gross, but fuck off. I've given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver as proof to everyone that you have done nothing wrong. Meanwhile, this is also just a wild way to end this chapter. God had kept Abimelech's wife and slaves from having children, but Abraham prayed and God let them start having children again. God hit him with the area of effect womb seal.
Benevolent king, thanks.
Aw, that's such a sweet gesture. They opened the wombs of the team back.
That rocks.
So this is just a hardcore Old Testament chapter.
Yeah.
What jumps out to you?
I'm seeing lists. Sometimes in the OT, it gets to be list making and finances, like sheep, the people. Okay, this for 1,000 shekels. We get a little insight into the monetary, bartering.
There's a lot of hoof accounting.
Yes, thank you. Exactly. Yeah, I love the sort of God being like, okay, I received the prayers, I thought it over as well, and changing course or allowing birth or things like that.
There's parts earlier where God will order the sacrifice, like a dad at a restaurant. He'd be like, let's do the 2 sheep. I need 1 goat, 3 years old, no blemish. And if I got unsullied dove for the table, would you guys have some?
All day.
How's it going? Hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you like Holy Smokes with Scoochie Boochie, hit like, hit subscribe, drop a comment, a review. All those free things help us out a lot. This part of the episode is for sale. If you want me to do an ad read, hit me up, holysmokespod@gmail.com. If you got a business, you got a show coming up you want to promote, maybe in Chicago, I can do that for you, and it is very affordable, holysmokespod@gmail.com. If you hate this part, where there's an ad, I got good news for you. We have ad-free full episodes on our Patreon, patreon.com/holysmokespod. At the Deacon tier, that's $5 a month. You get ad-free full episodes, a promo code for discounted Scoochie Boochie merch, including t-shirts and posters, and also monthly bonus videos you can't get anywhere else. They're only on the Patreon.
September. This month's bonus Patreon video is another 6-pack of Stand Up for Plants. Here's a little taste.
You can tell what type of party it is by whether the chips are in bags or bowls. The chips are in bowls, it's a girl party. Take your shoes off. Chips are still in the bag? Hope you like FIFA.
So, if you join the Holy Smokes Patreon today, you get a backlog of 18 exclusive Stand Up for Plants bits, plus 2 30-minute episodes talking about Christian rap with Eric Tetherow. And for $12 at the Disciple tier, you get a custom cameo of me, Scoochie Boochie, saying whatever you want. Within reason,
It's bone dry, though, I gotta say.
It's like, hello, there has been a transgression. I will make it up to you for this transgression. Some hooved animals are exchanged, something gets eaten, we move right along.
On your way.
I might as well. I've read the next chapter too. Let's just knock out another section of this chapter 21 as well.
I'm looking at Birth of Isaac. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
All right. So the Lord, after this, now they're double rich. They got rich in Egypt. They got rich in Gerar. The Lord was good to Sarah, kept his promise. Although Abraham was very old, Sarah had a son and named him Isaac. Circumcise him, which is the new thing we do. That just got introduced a couple chapters ago. Oh, cool, rad.
That sounds fun.
Nice. It was one of the goodest news, baddest news I've ever seen, where the Lord's like, the good news, you're going to have endless descendants, and this whole awesome land will be yours. The bad news, you and all your boys of all ages got to cut part of your dick off today.
For sure, not God with the shit sandwich. Good news, bad news, good news. And I love that you're worshiping me. And I'll need foreskin in return.
Yeah, and
please.
Just a little something off the top, because this is sort of a patch I need to do to the world I just made. I fucked up. Too much dick. It's just like waving in the wind. Like
the cream rises to the top. Cut that as well. I'm kidding. Okay, yay, happy, healthy boy.
Yes, so Abram was 100 when Isaac was born. Was that the centennial? It was his centennial.
Yay.
It's a good name for the episode. Sarah said, God has made me laugh. Now everyone will laugh with me. Who would have dared to tell Abraham that someday I'd have a child, but in his old age, I've given him a son. She's like, haha, suck it, haters. Mm-hmm. We made it. I don't know if verse 8, what does chapter 21, verse 8 say in your Bible?
The children grew and was weaned. And on the day Isaac was weaned, Abraham held a great feast.
Oh, okay, I missed that part. Because when I read through that verse, and I totally skipped that verse, I didn't realize there was like a weaning feast, which I don't know if that was a thing. He might have invented it right there. He's like, you know what? Let's eat. This is awesome.
It's like the Survivor Merge feast.
What's the Survivor Merge feast?
When the two tribes come together, when there's few enough people, when I think it's around 10 or 12, or there might be a certain number that I'm not privy to, and they get new little headbands that are all the same color, but they get like real food, so it's no more like rice and beans or whatever the sort of like staple is where they are, and they become one team, and then kind of new alliances have to be formed, or like one tribe is kind of trying to just like eat up the other tribe, but they're at the same camp. But it always starts with like a burger thing.
It's always wild how like they've been eating like just eat fish and like survival rations on an island, and then they give them like Texas toast and shit, and they just feel terrible. They're just like, oh, normal food's actually fucking crazy.
Yes, Aaron with 2 ends, doubled over vomiting up the hot dog.
This one time, these guys just ate like a giant pot of beans, and then it rained, and they just had like a hell bean gas night in the rain.
on that season right now, somebody left the bean pot out, and then it ruined the pan because there was like a layer of crust because it rained on the beans.
Raining on the beans.
Now, Hagar, who the heck is this? Because I thought that was the place where they were in the last chapter.
No, that's Gerar. So Hagar.
Yeah.
This is what I just read. This is the only way I would know that. Hagar, or as me and TJ were calling her, Hey Girl, was Sarai's Egyptian maidservant who, back when Abraham had been promised a kid, Sarai's like, well, let's make it happen. Just have a kid with my maidservant. And they do. But then it's weird vibes right away. Obviously, they don't get along, the Sarai and Hagar, and so Abraham's like, "Well, it's my son, though." So when they get to like hang around. But at this point, Ishmael's been around for a while. He's like talking shit. I guess he's hating on the baby a little bit. He's hitting his Fortnite emotes. He's like, "That baby's trash. You can't guard me." And Sarah's like, "Fuck that." Actually, it's funny. This translation says, one day Sarah noticed Hagar's son Ishmael playing. Like, he was just like, don't play. That kind of playing, I feel like. He was talking shit. And so she's like, get rid of that Egyptian slave woman and her son. I don't want him to inherit anything. It's got to go to my son. So the moment she has a kid, she's like, fuck her and her kid. Mm-hmm. And Abraham's like, well, damn, but that's my boy.
Mine's the equivalent of that of damn, that's my boy. The matter distressed Abraham greatly because it concerned his son.
That's really
it concerning his wife is of no consequence to him, and that works. That worked. That is what works for their family.
You're so right about it being dry as a bone too. Like, it's fun to go through and like, because it's also like, because it's such a different time and world to ours, it's describing what to them is like kind of normal and makes sense, but to us is fucking bonkers. So it's really funny to have like a bonkers events happening, but described in a very like matter of fact way. That's pretty much what the Old Testament is. Yeah. It's like, and then smoke rained down and killed 10,000, and then 50,000 became the blood. And
reporting
you're just like,
the weather.
What?
Hello.
Yeah, even less high stakes than the news. Like more like a email bulletin for a small school.
Yes.
It's like, so on Wednesday we had a flood of goats. Yep.
Listen to whatever Sarah tells you, because it's through Isaac that your offspring will be reckoned.
Yeah. So then Abraham's like, well, good luck. Hey, girl, here's a skin of water and some bread, and put the boy on her shoulder and sent them away.
Do we know what the metric equivalent of a skin of water is?
I don't think so. There are some cubits in here sometimes.
Oh, a skin of like an animal, probably.
Like a water bottle made of
hide.
How would you make a water bottle back then?
I'm guessing like an organ of a cow.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they were rocking with cows at that point.
Organ of a cow with maybe some fur on it, so it's not just like exposed over. You probably want some fur to protect it. So it probably looked like just like this much cow. It's a funny amount of cow to have, and he literally just like
a Webkins size.
Like one of those like the SNL, like the big stupid cup, like that kind where it's got a big handle,
yes.
But it's like tall too, it can fit in a cup holder.
Yes, the big thermos.
So he gives her one of those, and just like, good luck. And so they just wander the desert, and it's dark. She's like runs out of water. She puts her son under a bush.
Yeah.
The bush is the babysitter tonight.
She put the boy under one of the bushes. You'll be safe. Certainly, yeah. Rain has never penetrated through, the leaves of a bush or brush, I suppose, if this is the desert of Beersheba. I love that so much.
I skipped right over a badass Beersheba Brewing. Honestly, there's becoming a weird crossover between evangelicals and breweries.
Burning Bush Brewery. Why is that ringing a bell? Sponsor of the podcast.
Long-time sponsor. Thank you so much, we assume. That might be a thing. Yeah, because my folks were talking about like, yeah, there's just a couple in the church that run a brewery, and like we'll get together there. Because I feel like craft beer is like somehow like a vice that's like, it feels wholesome enough. It's like, well, they made it though.
Yes, it's like afternoon, it's evening coffee.
Yeah,
for folks.
Exactly. That is so funny. Like breweries get this like really like sweet reputation about them for some reason. They have this like nice vibe. It's like, what? Because they make the beer closer to here. They're still making beer. Like,
yes, I'm still looking at the vats, which is dangerous machinery.
Yeah, dude. I've seen clips online of like a dude hits the wrong thing and just like a jet of beer shoots out and fully like knocks him down.
Wow.
Which is like, imagine seeing that through the, like, I've been to a brewery where there's like soundproof glass. So you just, in silence, just see someone like, as he gets all like,
wow. That clip of Katy Perry being like maimed by the slime in the box at the Kids' Choice Awards. Have you seen that? It's like
Maimed?
Somebody like really.
like whipped it at her?
Like too, maybe I'm using the wrong verb, but it's like, it is too strong of a jet and it's from very close range.
She was probably
like,
pissed, dude.
Yeah.
Like, the type of piss people get when they get hit in the face, multiplied by I'm famous and I get what I want, is like, she was probably hot.
Yeah. Because, you know, she's in a blue wig. She's, like, not expecting to, like, you know, will certainly not be injured, but also, like, not be serious. She's reading off a teleprompter and then trying to get out, and now it's, like, in perpetuity. It's become a Twitter meme. Like,
I can't wait to watch that. Dude, we would shoot these little foam darts around at work when I worked at Moose Jaw. When there's like downtime, because they're trying to be like, we're chill, you know? Apparently one time the lady walked in and just immediately got hit in the face and was so mad. Like, she just walked in at the wrong time. It was like, and she was like silently pissed for like maybe 20 seconds, and then she just left. She was like, I'm not fucking shopping.
The face skin is sensitive. It's so like so many nerves. It's like a skin of water in that sense.
Nice segue. And back to the good book. She sat down a long way off after she put her kid in the bush because she could not bear to watch him die. She cried bitterly. God hears the boy crying and the angel of God. It's always switching back and forth. Like, is it God? Is it his angel? Is it an angel? They seem kind of interchangeable, honestly.
Yeah.
Because the popular imagination, the angels are like these separate class of like different whatevers. But like, it seems like sometimes it's kind of God. I don't know. It's more like God opened up like a little wormhole or something.
Yeah.
It feels like, you know?
I kind of like that, an anamorph, if you will.
10,000 FaceTime. Or something like that.
That's right. Yeah, what is the matter, Hagar? That's what it says here.
Absolutely. Pick him up. You guys are going to he's going to be the father of a great nation. And so God let her see a well. I don't know how you're translating. Opened her eyes or something like that?
Opened her eyes and she saw a well of water.
Nice. Fill that skin up. Nice little cow sack or whatever.
Gave the boy a drink.
Ah, what a treat. And God blessed him. And the boy grew older, and he became an archer in the desert. Nice. So he has a nice little badass little training montage, I think.
Yeah, that's a great trade. Yeah. I'm picturing slingshots. I'm picturing like Joshua slingshot, but this is some nice equipment.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, I spent our last 200 shekels on a nice bow. Don't fuck this up. Since we're right around 30 minutes, do a little improv scene to close out the half.
Sounds good.
Any inspiration we got from that? I just can't think of something. A little boy roasting a baby from a distance. We had some more wife beef, animal skins. We could just try to make something that we have today in Bible times. If like you and me had to just figure out how to make some shit that we have now.
Love it.
But we're just set down in Bible times.
Sounds good. Damn, I'm kind of hungry.
Fuck.
I didn't eat breakfast this morning.
I should have. I had eggs in my fridge before we got in the time machine, and I was like, I'm not hungry right now, like an idiot.
I'm not even confident I can make fire out here. It's really hot.
You'd think fire would be right around the corner, given how hot it is. Like just a snap of the fingers. Like I feel like I'm on fire.
Yeah, I think I remember something about. I'm probably mixing Bible times here, but a burning bush. Oh, look, here's some brush.
Oh, nice. A burning brush. A burning brush.
Oh my God, Michael, there's an infant under here.
The fuck?
Dude.
Dude. Oh, shit.
Oh, no, and we're one person short to do the Hangover movie.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Is this like the baby bush? Do people around here know that that's like a thing. Like we're the one who like pulled the like baby in the New Orleans cake or whatever. It's like, oh, you opened up the baby bush.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's not feeling like I'm having good luck for the year though so far. Damn, who's confusing daycare with a bush? Ooh, it doesn't even look like a bed really either, you know?
Anyone's is this somebody's baby? We got a baby in a bush.
Last call, baby in a bush. I go quick.
You want dibs? It's all yours. I don't want it.
I don't know. Parenthood's not something I completely ruled out, but maybe not like this.
Maybe it'd be more like, was it Baby's Day Out, where we're like the people that's like kidnapped the kid, and then it'll be like fun. It'll go on a little adventure and get away from us, and then it's not our fault or our problem.
Yeah, definitely. I think certainly it seems like we're definitely not in the wrong here. Let's just say that.
Whatever we do with the baby, we shouldn't do it on an empty stomach. So let's get back to the food thing.
Sounds good.
We're not going to make a good decision about the baby till we have a full tummy.
Dude, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And of course, I'm gonna, I'm gonna pre-digest whatever I eat and give some to the baby as well. I'm not letting the baby go hungry.
You're not a mother bird out here.
True. Let's see. What did I bring in my what's in my rucksack that I bought off of?
Let's rummage aggressively through the rucksack. Oh shit! I've got it filled out a little bit. I was rummaging too hard.
I hate it when I slice my hand on the zipper. It's metal. It's not that hard.
We gotta stop ripping it open so fast. I'm just so excited about what's in this bag. What you got?
Okay. Well, the impact of the time machine absolutely collapsed the individual Flamin' Hot Cheetos bag I brought. So
it's
that's
dust.
out. It's just flat. Yeah.
We gotta lick the dust.
Away in the wind.
Give it to the baby.
Oh no. Too spicy, I feel.
You gotta wean them and have a wean feast before you make them.
That's right. Yeah,
Dude,
that's right.
If your first introduction to life on Earth is you're left under a bush, and then someone just force feeds you Flamin' Hot Cheetos dust, you're either gonna die instantly or become one of the greatest people to have ever lived.
Absolutely enlightened.
Also, if we're going off the story, this kid should be like 4 or 5. This is like. He's waking up. He's like a little guy, he knows shit. Hey man, where's your mom?
Hey buddy.
Buddy, where's your mom at?
Can you point to maybe in the direction that we went? We can just start walking.
No, don't do the like got him thing. Don't do that. That's not funny. Don't hit the L on the forehead. Fuck you. Sorry, language. This kid's a dick. No,
that's fine. I mean, he's doing a Fortnite dance right now. He's absolutely heard curse words.
He's kind of not doing it well either. I'm gonna outgrade you this kid. Give me a second. The fuck are you looking at? The fuck? You think I was born yesterday?
Alright, well, you leveled with him. I mean, have you seen any animal in the past?
Yeah, I saw. As soon as we landed, I saw an ibex. I don't even know if they're from here. It's like an antelope. I think we should use the last of our energy for a desperate sprint.
Alright.
Try to trip it up.
Dude, I'm taking the baby.
We'll be right back.